Hello, everyone. My name is Nona Snoddy, and I just wanted to kind of walk you through part of my journey to where I've been and where I am now. I'm standing on the steps of Parkview Baptist Church, where I've been a member of this church for 55 plus years. I grew up in this church, and I guess this is just the building. We actually started out on Washington Street, and we later moved here, but my life has been a part of this church. This is where I've gotten some of the best teachings in the world, and not just from the Bible, but from the people that attended this church. Because as it says, it takes a village to raise a child. This church was part of a community that raised children. So this has been a part of my heart, a part of my journey, and a part that I loved. I can remember as a child, we went to church 3 times a day. You went to Sunday school, you went to morning service, and then you had to come back for BTU. Church was a part. It was like getting up, eating breakfast. You knew you were going to have to go to church, especially on Sundays. So I've really enjoyed being a part, of this church, because it was family. It was family for me. Just growing up, when life got rough, you always had the church to fall back on. So Parkview Baptist Church has been, as I said, amazing in my life, has helped shape me to be the person that I am today. Hey guys, once again, as our journey continues, I thought it important to bring you to this location because right behind me is Zippy Jays. This was a development that came to South Longview, and one of the reasons that it's here is because I, as your city council representative, was able to make my first official motion in order for this store to be here. So I'm pretty proud of this. It was exciting for me because it was the very first motion I ever made. So Zippy Jays is here. It's been instrumental for the community. People have enjoyed having it here because of the convenience. So this was a proud moment. So when you look at Zippy Jays and you see the visual, this is the type of development that we like to have because it does bring an attraction to the community. It will also help persuade other developers to come. Look at it. It's grand, it's nice, it's always well maintained. Not only is it a convenience store, but you also have the luxury of having your own laundromat there as well. So this has been an attraction to the community. It's been also a part of bringing more economic development into the community because people are actually spending money and keeping it in South Longview. So it benefits the community in a number of ways, and so we're proud to have Zippy Jays here. Thank you. So growing up in South Longview, what you see behind me is the fire training facility. This was like as common as a snow cone stand in South Longview because it was a part of the community. As a child, you just kind of ran around it and you just accepted the fact that it was here. But as I grew older, I realized that this probably should not be in a residential community. So we've been fortunate to be able to, through your vote and the bond, to be able to get this moved. As I said, it's going to be that bittersweet. It's been here all of my life, but I am so glad to be able to say that it is now being moved from the community. As a child growing up in this community and playing out in the park and watching games and having family reunions, this was always part of it. I don't think you really want to have any family photos with this in your background. So the community stood up and they were very vocal in what they wanted, and now it is being moved, and I am so excited for the people in South Longview and the fact that this is going to be moved to a non-residential area. So kudos. This fire training facility was, I think, just one of 2 where people could come and get specialized training. So it was very, very important for our firefighters. We commend our firefighters for the great work that they do. But we're also glad that it is, as I said, being moved from the community. The work of a firefighter is extremely important when you start talking about first responders and the fact that they are here to save lives. We know how important the training is. So it's equally important to have the fire training facility available, but it's also to make sure that we have a community that is safe for the residents that live here as well. Okay. So as our journey continues, I am now standing out in the famous field of Mary C. Womack. This was a field, as a child, I would come out, I would watch the bands, and I would also like to imitate the majorettes. I was a majorette throughout school, middle school, high school, as well as in college, and I was inspired by what I saw on this field. The Longview Lobos actually started using this field. This is where they played all of their games, and I know we all know who the famous Longview Lobos are. They just won a championship in 2018, but this field has been instrumental in helping to shape my life along in my journey and in my walk of life. As I said, I would oftentimes, the Mary C. Womack band would march up the street, and I couldn't wait to see them coming. And oftentimes I would get so involved and engaged, I would find myself marching along with them. So as a small child, I would sit over in the bleachers that were here, and I would just be excited and intense on watching the band. I have a love for music. I had a love for the band, and I think I still got it. At my age now, I think I can still do some of the things that I did when I was back in school as a majorette. So this is amazing. There's going to be a lot of work done out here, and we're all very excited about it. Again, just walk with me through this journey. It's been exciting. So this is a home that I grew up in since the age of 12. I was born and raised right here in this community, so I'm a native. I'm ingrained in this community. I was born in a little house on Walnut Street. As a young girl, we moved to a house, 517 Roosevelt. I still remember the address. And then we moved here, 403 South Park Street. This home here holds so many memories. When I look at it now, I'm thinking, I don't know how in the world we all fit in that home. There was probably 10 people, because my mom was one of those people who took in all the neighborhood kids, and she just loved on everybody. She fed everybody. This is where everybody came for advice. This was the playground in addition to the parks. This is where everybody met. So this home here holds so many memories for us. As I said, then it seemed to be a large house. As an adult, I look at it now and go, it was only by the grace of God that my mom was able to do what she did in the space that we had. Because you can't think of people operating now, 10 people, one house, one bathroom. But we were able to function. Why? Because there was so much love. There was so much unity. There was so much compassion that was demonstrated in this house, not just to the people that lived in it, but also to the people who walked past it, to the people who stopped by to visit. So this journey has to continue, because we're able to walk these streets now and realize the way the neighborhood has transformed, not just physically, but emotionally. This is home. This is our heart. So, citizens of District 2, let's continue our journey together. Be blessed, be safe, and always remember, love on people in your community. I love you guys. Bye.